So what's up, everybody? Dreadful Rick here, and I decided to do a quick contest video in support of Mike's channel. His channel name is Uncommon Pallor. I'm a regular watcher of his stuff, and it's been really cool seeing all the other videos and just a big support of everybody. Just kind of congratulating him reaching 300 subscribers. So as you know, he's well over 300 at this point. So by the time this contest is over, he'll be at, well, 400 plus by the momentum he's, kind of getting. So cool. Congratulations, Mike. 13 questions. Shouldn't be too hard. So let's see what we got. It should be fun. So here are the dreadful responses. Question number 1. Cover with a mammal on it. So wasn't too hard. I kind of went with something that's a little on the nose. So this is I believe came out in 2005 originally. This is not the original cover. So this is a rather nice reissue. So this is none other than Nunslaughter's Goat album. Yeah, really good death metal. Again, guys out of Ohio. I think this little guy here in the corner is the original image that was used in the original release. But there's your mammal. Rest in peace, Jim Sadist. Question number 2. Record that has food on the cover. I actually did not have too many of these, not like I thought I would, not on the cover. So I'm trying to stick with records as much as possible, being that seems to be the popular medium shown in this contest. So this is a thrash metal band out of Spain, and that would be Crisix, American Thrash. So you can kind of see him eating this, what looks like a garbage rat burger of some sort. You can make out what that is right there. Yeah, it looks like he's really enjoying it. So this is a rather cool release. It's just a bunch of covers, really. So of all their bands of influence, you got Violence, Nuclear Assault, Evil Dead, Forbidden, Exodus, Anthrax, Testament, Demolition Hammer. Yeah, that's a hell of a list right there. So definitely, yeah, look into it if this is something that, you know, fashion your thing and you're looking for something of the covers nature. These guys do it pretty well. There you go. There's your rat burger food. Question number 3. An exceptionally terrible hairstyle. So I pulled a couple here for you real quick. So I'm a real big Pat Benatar fan, and this is her Get Nervous album. And look at that mop right there. Oh, is that not enough? Check out the back. Oh, that's great. Now, some of you may argue, well, of course her hair is a mess. She's an insane asylum. All right, all right, all right. I'll give you that. So let's get here. I got Sheila E. Right? You probably look at that and going, that's not that bad. It's kind of the style. This was a Prince's girlfriend for a while there in the 80s. But if I take this record and spin it around, there you go. Here you got your feel right there. Look at that guy in the middle with the red. Dude on the left there. Yeah. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah. Oh, so you want something metal? Okay, I got something metal. So here we got Scott Wino and the Obsessed. Yeah. Look at that mop right there. I don't really get the idea behind this. I've only seen this particular hairstyle in this particular photo. So I don't know what was going through his mind at the time. So this is pretty much a nerd collection of their demos material and whatnot. So yeah, there you go. There's your terrible hair. Okay, question 4. A single-sided record, test pressing, or picture disc. So you know what? I pulled out one of each. So I'm gonna start with the picture disc. So this right here is the very first picture disc I ever owned. I have had this since, God, well, my teenage years. So back in the early to mid 90s. So this is a German prog rock band, Eloy, and this is their Planets album. So pretty cool, nice little wizard and all that other stuff. So if you flip it around, it's actually pretty cool. It gets quite dark. This one has a more of a metal look to it. pretty awesome. So I've held on to this for all these years. I don't think it's very playable anymore, but still a cool little relic to hold on to. Next up is I guess what you call a blackened sludge noise band out of Italy called Lambs, Betrayed from Birth. So this is their EP. Came out in 2015, 2016, something like that. And I wish they would put out something new. So it's been a while. So they're not very active, as far as I know. So their particular record consists of an etching, so it's clear. So hope it shows up. Hope it shows up on camera. So here we go, and it says Lambs. So that's pretty much their logo. So the only thing that irks me is the label is not aligned with the etching. So could have hurt you guys to do that. So pretty cool. So very short, but a really good listen. And last but not least, I've got a test pressing, and so this has been my favorite album of 2020, and that is put out by Bind Room, Canis Dearest, Independence to the Beast, right here. And so I got a piece of ECLT from Marty Worm. I was ecstatic when I saw this, and I did not see this coming. And thank you, Marty. This is one of my most prized possessions right here. This test pressing of Independence of the Beast. So cool. And yeah, so there you go. It's your test press picture disc, single-sided record. Question 5. Show a damaged sleeve. So sucks for me over this one because I really love this album. So this would be Rainbow Rising. And you can see all this right here. This whole right side has been kind of ripped. Even on the back here, you can see where the damage has occurred. So yeah, not very happy about it. Really, really good album. As you guys know, Ronnie Dio is one of my favorite vocalists of all time. So again, this is a classic album. If you're a hard rock or metalhead, I mean, this is kind of a crucial to have in your collection, for sure. This one I showed in the recent stream when I was on Heavy Metallurgy. Thrash band out of Texas, Devastation. This is their Violent Termination album. Not their greatest album at all, but I did buy it this way, which is $5. And this whole big old cutout right here, it's basically what's supposed to be a skull. And I didn't really know that yet. I didn't know what the cover was supposed to look like, so kind of just picked it up, thought it looked cool, and yeah. So, but I'm not too much in a hurry to replace it. Number 6, show a cover with a weapon on it. Well, having quite a bit of a metal collection, that wasn't too hard. I'm sure it wasn't very hard for many of us who have extensive metal albums. So I decided to go with something kind of rather simple. So this is Revenant Marquee, which is a one-man raw black metal out of Wales. And this is the Anti-Universal Compassion release. And there she is holding a knife. So I had to, had to censor it for obvious purposes. If you guys still don't understand why I censored it, Cheryl, why don't you just explain it to them?
My name is Charo, and I'm here to say I brought the Gucci. Gucci is only for money. Gucci, show me the way to the bank.
Question 7. Show something of an odd size nature. So it could be a 5-inch, an 8-inch, 9-inch, or a 10-inch. So I'm sure this was a little bit difficult for some of you because those aren't common sizes. So you have to be a little bit creative with this one. So show any of those sizes besides the common 7-inch or 12 inches. So I got some funny ones here. So and this is a rather quirky item. So this is the Jackson 5 cereal box record. So back in the 70s, you were actually able to cut out playable cardboard here and actually, actually listen to this. So thought this was a rather interesting novelty thing to hold on to. Yeah, it's got the ABC, I Want Your Back. Uh, but I don't think it has all 5 tracks. So this has just the one track. So if you want all 5 songs, you need to get basically 5 separate ones. So basically one song per box. So, but a very interesting idea, and the fact that these things are even playable is kind of trying to wrap my head around that. So it's probably what we use today as flexies, right? Kind of an equivalent. And this right here is the only 8-inch I own. And I actually showed this in the video before, so nothing new. So I'm not going to go too much into it. So this is Starer, and this is the Remorse Defines Me EP, very recently released. So this is a lathe cut, as you can see, very thick. And this is I guess what you call atmospheric symphonic black metal out of Kentucky. Really good stuff. Starer. And last but not least, here is a 10-inch and rather quirky item. And this is Anthrax's 85 debut Fistful of Metal in 10-inch form. And this also includes the Armed and Dangerous EP, released also in 85. So the way this kind of works is really interesting packaging. So you got this. You can actually pull this out, and there you go. And it kind of opens up like this. Really quirky item. And it opens up. So it's got, I guess what you call a 3-way panel. So this is really awkward. It's not something I'm going to pick up and play all the time. So again, I got the original CD, so I don't really need to mess with this too much. So there you go. Bunch of cool photos and promos and stuff. The actual record is which is another one in there. There's more than one, of course. And it's like a clear with like this sort of red splatter thing. Really interesting. So there you go. Those are my quirky odd size formats. Number 8, cover with a vehicle that isn't a car or motorcycle. You were thinking ahead there, Mike. You know that probably be the first thing we would be showing. So I went with the sword. So I got 2. Who doesn't like a good spaceship? So this is their live album, Greetings From. So the band, as of last year, split up, unfortunately. So really good, kind of stoner hard rock metal band out of Texas. Really cool painting. So it has a very Star Warsy kind of vibe to it there. And of course, can't forget about Warp Riders. There you go. There's the other one. There's your little ship. Number 9, Misleading cover. So this is a band I got into because of the cover. I remember picking this one up. So this is a band called Axe, and they are a I guess hard rock AR act out of Florida. And as you can see, with a name like Axe and the way the logo is done, and just the whole kind of aesthetics there, it implies it's something that is much heavier than it is. So here I am picking it up, thinking that, oh man, this is gonna be could be a very decent heavy metal record. And yeah, I was a little disappointed to find out it wasn't quite heavy metal. Not a bad band, but again, it's not what I was thinking it was. So they imply something a little more aggressive, what you got to listen to. Still don't believe me? Here's our Nemesis album. Once again, so this has been a regular thing for them. I mean, you got that alien, the lightning. It's got all the tropes. Look at that. You got the blood on the axe, kind of dripping down the steps there. So yeah. So tread with caution if you're getting its axe. Seeing this at the record store. So if you like your good hard rock AOR, these guys are for you. But it's not metal. Question number 10. A weird pairing or one you'd like to see and why. So I do have some collab albums, but I would not consider them too, I guess, weird. They kind of work and make sense. So I'm gonna go with the speculative route, if that's okay, Mike. Uh, so here are two artists I picked who are known to be, I guess, Elvis style kind of crooners. So if we can get these two guys together and see who can Elvis each other in some way. Obviously, I'm talking about Danzig and the other guy, which is not metal or anything at all, Chris Isaac. And that'd be a pretty interesting pairing. Oh, here's Mr. Danzig himself. Yeah. Somebody's crying, mother. There you go. That'd be a really interesting pairing to see. Number 11, cover showing a crime being committed. You know what? I'll have you commit the crime in real time. Here we go. So I went with Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy. And this right here, yeah. So what are you doing peering in this girl's bedroom, huh? Voyeurism, uh, peeping Tomism, all that stuff. Still a crime, man. So, in today's world, I think invasion of privacy is not, I guess we become a little numb to it, but back when this album dropped, it was a much bigger deal. But hey, invading people's privacy is a crime. This is their 85 drop. Really, really good album. So I could have went with this one with Damaged Sleeve too, but I already showed it in for another question there. But yeah, really good stuff. Invasion of Your Privacy. Number 12, a record by a band local to you, new or old. So, you know what? This is a band I've seen live and really good, kind of a hard rock, kind of a indie old classic kind of way. And this is Hound. This is their debut album, Out of Time. Really, really good stuff. This is actually my favorite thing they've released. So they are based out of Philadelphia, and this cover actually, looking at this, implies that it's something heavier than it really is, just like the other question, right? But really good local act. And another one I got here is actually a band from New Jersey, so out of Vineland, New Jersey, very, very close to Philly. So I consider them local. And this is Morbid Cross, Disciples of the Goat album. Some nice shagrat artwork there. And yeah, really, really good stuff. This is falls under the I guess the death thrash category of things. So if you like bands like Hell Ripper and whatnot, and this is definitely one to look into. Last question, number 13. A record in which one or more of the musicians that played on it are dead. So I kind of went with a doom band out of Indiana called Gates of Slumber, and this was the last thing they released. It was an EP, not counting that live album that came out in 2020. Stormcrow. This is part of the Scion AV series. You remember those series of records that came out around that time. All these different bands. I think even Immolation did one. And so the two members would be these two guys right here. So that is Iron Bob Fouts, who's the drummer over here. And he died in 2020. I don't know what was the cause. And Jason McCash right here was their bassist, and passed from a heroin overdose back in 2014, unfortunately. So this pretty much has split the band as we know it. So they're still listed as active, though they haven't really released anything new since then, not counting that Wretch project, which is a kind of a side thing. But yeah, there you have it. So those are my 13 answers, and it's been fun. So Mike, congratulations, man, entering yet another contest, and you hitting 300, probably 400 by the time you watch this video. Oh, I just realized this 7-inch right here by Cannon Fiber Yankee Division. This could have qualified, right? So he's on a battleship right there. There's your vehicle, and the back here has a gorilla. There's your mammal. So, leave it at that. Keep it dreadful.